Hello and welcome to Face in the Crowd. It is the show that celebrates your out-of-the-box entrepreneurs. I am your host, Liesl Wilson. Well, it is the first show for 2018, wishing all of you a happy new year. Today, we focus on a company plying its trade in the environmental health sector. Enviroswitch was co-founded by Mfundo Nkuta. Welcome to Face in the Crowd. We are chatting to the co-director of Enviroswitch, Mr. Mfundo Nkuta. Thank you for making time to chat with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Mfundo, how did all this begin for you?
I think, you know, first and foremost, everything starts by having a vision. And the vision was to make a difference in our fraternity, which is environmental health. Myself and my co-director, Lisiho Khulani, we are both qualified environmental health practitioners. Where for about 2 years, I was sitting at home, awaiting for compulsory community service, where I practically couldn't work up until I could really get registered and complete the 12 months community service. Then after, you know, then that's where you get to be an independent environmental health practitioner registered with the Health Professions Council of South Africa. So 2016, fortunately enough, that's where I was awarded an opportunity or got placed at Betatloa Hospital, which happens to be at Ekurhuleni, where Lisiho used to work. And he was invited, you know, during the orientation setup to basically share the information, what is it that is done by an environmental health practitioner in a municipal setting. You know, and he's the best one to always, he's the one that always shares this story where basically how I stood out, you know, from the rest of the guys that were there as well. There was about 20 of us that were placed for Sidibeng and Ekurhuleni. So for that December season, I didn't really go home. I was here in Joburg reading and reading and reading. So I was preparing for the opportunity so that after, I know for a fact that employment after ComServe is still an issue. I mean, currently, a friend of mine with 22 distinctions, she just started now. So the entire year she was sitting at home with 22 distinctions. A summa cum laude student, but still couldn't get employment. So I knew that I had to put an extra effort. And fortunately enough, you know, Lisiho did observe some certain traits about me and called me after, you know, he came to our hospital to do an inspection. And the following day, seeing me at 7:15, where work starts at 8. And I think there were certain, you know, traits that resonated with him to say that, I mean, there's a rough diamond right there that I can assist polish. So he called me up and asked me to mentor me, of which I was really laughing about it because
most people asked to be mentored. He asked if he could mentor you.
Exactly. So the time when he asked me, I was like, because it's, you know, we 2 years apart in terms of the age difference. I was like, you know, this chap is same age as myself. You know, what is it that I'm going to learn? But fortunately enough, I agreed, and we started the mentorship. So the company is as a result of a mentor and protege relationship. And from there, he said to me that, look, I'm not the one that is going to feed you information, but it needs to be a symbiotic relationship where you come with certain things to the table So then when we started sharing career and business, sentiments, we saw that there's a huge gap in our fraternity where the World Health Organization norm, which for each and every environmental health practitioner, for one environmental health practitioner, we need to service 10,000 of the population. So currently in South Africa, we're looking at roughly 1:50,000. So the SMMEs are the ones that are suffering the most. So what is it that we could do? High unemployment rate amongst environmental health practitioners. 2, SMMEs are not complying to environmental health related legislation, and we had to do something. And that is where we started brainstorming. And after, the idea was still swelling in the minds, we went to Paul and Jeremy Berman. Fortunately, they are our mentors as well. They said they own a portfolio of roughly 20 buildings here in Johannesburg. They sent us to 2 of their buildings for us to do a free gap analysis. So when we came back after their gapiology, we came to them and we said, well, these are the problems that you are faced with in the building. They just said, go and fix it for us. That's how we were in business.
So upon having that opportunity with them, and as the business has been able to sustain itself, how would you say your business has been received, being in the environment sector and related to the stats that you just mentioned in South Africa in particular?
First and foremost, I would love to thank the University of Johannesburg, the HOD, Charlotte. She indeed, the time when we approached her and said, we want, postgrads that basically did not get awarded community service to come and work for us. So they actually gave us the cream of the crop. They gave us the top 10 in the class. We were able to select. We have so many SMMEs or micro businesses that we are helping. I mean, now consumers are much aware of food safety issues now. I mean, if you see a rodent, if you see a cockroach in any restaurant, I'm certain you're never going to come or set foot again. So then we step in as Enviroswitch. We educate, that's the first thing, free of charge. We do a free gap analysis for the micro businesses. And after that, we have diagnosed what is the actual problem. We come with systems, helping them to have what you call a certificate of acceptability. So a certificate of acceptability, according to Regulation 962 of 2012, it's under Section 5 and 6. Each and every food premises that is handling food to sell to the public, they should have that particular certificate, which is given by municipality. And who else to assist those micro businesses than us? Because we are the ones that issue.
On that note, what would you say sets your business apart then from your other competitors, if there are many at this point?
There are. I mean, there aren't many, but there's 2 which are there are big players in the industry. The industry that we are in, unfortunately, it's monopolized. But we are building from the ground up. So what sets us apart is that our target is the niche market of micro businesses, and that we offer free gap analysis, and we use qualified environmental health practitioners. That in itself sets us apart, because for pest control, there's no one else in the industry that will give you an entire file that has fully assessed your premises. And we do make a layout plan where basically, just to share a bit of light there, in pest control, when we come in and let's say we're assessing this very same building that we're in, would want to attach your floor plans and exactly pinpoint where we treat, which types of chemicals we use, so that if anyone has allergens and you go to the doctor, they give you antibiotics, the antibiotics aren't working, you can then say that, there are also some guys that are doing pest control. Enviroswitch is doing pest control in our building, and these are the chemicals that they're using. You have what you call a material safety data sheet. So those are the few things, if I can point out the many that we offer.
What role would you say education has played in your journey thus far, not only in equipping yourself with knowledge, but empowering you to lead yourself as you lead your people?
I mean, it's a very sensitive space that we're operating in, because we are guided by legislation in everything that we do, be it your NEMA, your NEMWA, that is basically your waste acts, your food acts, your pesticides related acts. So if you are not very informed, you'd go to a client and, you'd, especially let's say you go to a food premises, you'd use maybe, pesticides that are not food grade, for instance. Then it plays a role because now you could be harming hundreds of thousands of people, whereas if you have qualified people like ourselves, we are able then to assess which suitable chemicals we use for a certain premises.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Open. I think, most of the things that we learned through Standard Bank Incubator program in Hatfield is that, if your own staff, you give your own staff, a platform to criticize you, of which one of the things that after we had that session in Standard Bank, we came back, we had a chart where we said, criticize us without mentioning any names. So that's the environment and the leadership that we are creating, an open environment, so that we are ourselves guiding the people that we are with, because they can also lead us.
Yeah.
It's a
two-way streak.
Yeah, so it's a two-way streak. We learn from them, they learn from us.
Well, no man's an island, and obviously you've got a team helping you operate.
Most certainly.
We caught up with a few who work with you, and this is what they had to say about working alongside you.
Hi, my name is Lesego Khulani, the co-director of Enviroswitch.
Hi, I'm Jonita Malope. I work as a researcher at Enviroswitch.
Essentially, when Enviroswitch started, it was predicated upon months and months of planning. Then it did eventually culminate in us starting a starting brand, one that operates, one that is fully functional, one that is diverse in culture, one that delivers as per the specifications of our vision and as per the dream that we have to go global as an entity. The environment here is a cool environment because we are young and vibrant, and so is our team. Everything stems from our team because they are the ones that deliver. Yes, as co-directors, we are the leaders in strategy. We are the guys that would guide the process throughout, but they are the ones that are in control, in fact, of every paycheck. Because every flaw that happens outside this work environment, it will be pinned on us because we are the accounting officers or the accountable bodies. But at the end of the day, they are the ones that will make sure that everything is in order at all times.
The environment is cool. The environment it's great, how can I say? We learn a lot. There are challenges, of course, but hey, they make us grow professionally.
Mfundo is a young, ambitious young man. It's easy to work with people that resonate with you. And it's easy to actually link up with a personality type that matches yours. I'm very outspoken. He's very outspoken. I'm very learned in the fact that I'm always continuously reading. And him all the more so. So to partner with him was easy, and to build an empire with someone as ambitious, as driven, and as knowledgeable as him was the easiest thing in the world.
Mfundo is very, very intelligent person. They are caring. They always encourage us to learn more, to read. As you can see, we have books there, so we can be exposed to many things, exposed to business things, and just to learn.
I've learned first and foremost to not be fearless. That's the key thing, because in business, coming from an academic background, if I may say, you are mostly strategic in every single action that you put forth. But you have someone with an entrepreneurial drive that is your support structure as you move forward. Then it's shown that you can dream bigger than you actually thought you could in the first place. And so that's the key quality that I did learn from him. Be fearless, and then you most certainly will go far.
What I've learned from Mfundo is that he motivates us. And then he always teaches us that whatever that you do, as long as you put your mind on it, you can achieve it.
Basically, what I wish for Mfundo and what I wish for Enviroswitch is more or less the same thing. because Enviroswitch blood is what goes through us. You understand? So essentially, may he realize his dreams, and may the vision of Enviroswitch grow so much that the difference and contribution that we make towards society is laden in the minds of people and resonates in the minds of South Africa, so that we put South Africa on a higher scale on the global landscape.
I wish Enviroswitch a growth, more opportunities, and success. That's what I wish for Enviroswitch, to get where they want to be where they want to be in future.
Well, it's time for a break. When we return, we get to know Mfundo a little better. Stay tuned.